Hi, Glue. Hey, back. Wow, we stopped at 22:23:02 last time. Lots of twos. Sorry, I'm enjoying myself. Can you guys hear me okay? Sweet. Could you hear me singing? Or humming? Was it great? The theme of this I put on the Discord that I was going on, so Dorito and chips. Sorry for the late start. We're waiting on a couple people. There's Dorito-san. Ohayou gozaimasu, Dorito-san. More like konbanwa. Hey, Chips! Alright. Hello. Hello, cat. Hello, cat, and hello, chat. Alright. Our auto save at 211. The theme song for this reminds me of Pippin's song from Lord of the Rings. So much. Report to Haven's Chantry. Oh, okay, that's over here. Forgot where we left off. Yeah. Not all of it. It's like parts of it are
Does
in the
it
same
trouble you?
key.
If it wasn't enough to close the breach, what use is it?
You did everything we asked of you.
And it still didn't work.
What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Sounds like fun.
What harm could there be in powering up something we barely understand?
Hold on to that sense of humor. You've met Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
It was only for a moment on the field. I'm pleased you survived.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
You're even taller than I'd heard.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
Pleased to meet you all.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
That didn't take long.
Shouldn't they be busy arguing over who's going to become divine?
Some are calling you, a Kunari, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste.
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading...
Which we have not.
The point is, everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
It's a little unsettling.
I'm sure the Chantry would agree.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign. And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
So if I wasn't with the Inquisition...
Well, let's be honest, they would have censored us no matter what.
And you not being here isn't an option.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far, and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
I'll see what she has to say.
You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Okay, I'll turn them on.
Have you had any trouble with them?
Not at all.
Yes. I'll turn them on. So there are two factions, the Mages and the Templars, and they hate each other to the point where they are openly battling each other, and they don't even care who gets in the way. So the reason they hate each other is because the Mages are blaming the Templars for the death of Andraste, and the Templars are blaming the Mages for the death of Andraste. So they're blaming each other for that attack that we survived at the very beginning. It says, scout the hinterlands. We avoided the fighting as best we could. It's every bit as bad as we'd feared. The apostates are mad, attacking anything that moves, and it appears that the Templars here aren't following anyone's orders any longer. We located Mother Giselle and are trying to protect her, but she refuses to leave the refugees until we've ensured their safety. That will be hard to do without troops to push the apostates and the Templars out of the area. Commander Cullen asked me to make inquiries of Master Dennett, a retired horse master of Redcliffe, who lives in the area. We tried to contact him about obtaining better horses for the Inquisition, but we've been unable to get through the fighting. Lead Scout Harding. Yeah. What's really cool about this game is it gives you the choice of who do you want to side with. Do you want to side with the Mages or side with the Templars? And it very much changes how the game plays.
I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. They might not know much about the Canary, but you'll get no backtalk from anyone here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. All of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Thank you, Harding. Alright, so let me go to options. Here we go. Okay. Hopefully that helps.
I've news, sir.
Oh, it's at the top of the screen.
What is it? This could help us.
Not a problem. We wants field tents. We need 5 silk and 5 lamb's wool. I don't think we even get those that early in the game. Okay, so this is where it becomes very much open world. Let's see. As you can see, yes, there is crafting. aside from what you just saw, which is acquisitions. Basically, they're looking for certain supplies, and if you can find the stuff for it, it helps the main base. But aside from that, you can build your own weapons, build your own armor. You can add other stuff to your weapons and armor to make them stronger. For instance, like you can make a staff, but then you can choose to make like reinforce the staff in order to make it heavier, to add more bonus to it, and then you can even add like a spike to the end of it, which also adds bonuses. It's just a neat little thing to kind of expand the way that your weapons look, while also giving them added depth. What I was going to show you is this is the map, and it's much bigger than this. This is just what shows up so far. As you can kind of see our little area here. In order to clear this part, we're gonna have to go through kind of a good portion of this map, so I apologize in advance for slowness in the gameplay. A letter in an empty home. Braithus, I know you escaped with the other mages, and I know you'll come here. Father told you that if you ever strayed, he'd put you down himself. If you're here, you know he's dead, but I'm not. I'll be killing apostates and waiting for you at the old Phoenix place to the north. I've got Father's sword and my true brothers in the Templars. Come if you're man enough. Yvain.
Interesting reading. Could be worth a look.
So, there's resource gathering, of course, because you have potions in this game. That was the wrong button. You have potions, you have healing potions that stay in your inventory at all times, but you have other potions, other types of healing potions, like regeneration potions or mana regeneration potions, that you can equip. Yes. Fortunately, I can't burn anything down, so we're
Mother
good there.
Giselle should be somewhere nearby.
Well, that scared me. I find him later. There are bears, and they hurt a lot.
Inquisition forces! They're trying to protect the refugees.
Looks like they could use a hand.
Run, buddy,
Move.
run.
We are not apostates.
I do not think they care, Seeker. not Templars. We mean you no harm.
Doesn't look like they're listening.
Be ready. More coming our way.
Here we go. I knew I was gonna get attacked. Guys with the shield are butt.
That's the end of it.
There are mages here who can heal your wounds. Lie still.
Don't touch me, Mother. Their magic is...
Turn to noble purpose. Their magic is surely no more evil than your blade.
What?
Hush, dear boy. Allow them to ease your suffering.
Mother Giselle.
I
You
am.
tell.
And you must be the one they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
I'm told you asked for me.
I know of the Chantry's denouncement, and I am familiar with those behind it. I won't lie to you. Some of them are grandstanding, hoping to increase their chances of becoming the new divine. Some are simply terrified. So many good people, senselessly taken from us.
What happened was horrible.
Fear makes us desperate, but hopefully not beyond reason. Go to them. Convince the remaining clerics you are no demon to be
Pretty
feared.
cool.
They have heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something else to believe.
You want me to appeal to them?
If I thought you were incapable, I wouldn't suggest it.
Will they even listen?
Let me put it this way. You needn't convince them all. You just need some of them to doubt. Their power is their unified voice. Take that from them and you receive the time you need.
It's good of you to do this.
I honestly don't know if you've been touched by fate, or sent to help us, but I hope. Hope is what we need now. The people will listen to your rallying call, as they will listen to no other. You could build the Inquisition into a force that will deliver us, or destroy us.
That's right.
I will go to Haven, and provide Sister Leliana the names of those in the Chantry who will be amenable to a gathering. It is not much, but I will do whatever I can.
It seems the Ferelden army has chosen to stay clear, for now.
Yay. We claim it. So, I would read this. But I'm going to ask you guys. Like, how in depth do you want this to be? Because there's a lot of in-game lore. A lot. Do you want me to read these out for you guys? Or maybe scroll through it, and then if you are watching it, you can read it. How would you like to do this? I'll leave it up to you guys. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah. Because, I mean, if I read every single one of these, I mean, I don't mind doing that. That's up to you guys, because, man, I could spend... I could probably spend several hours of the game just doing that. Yeah, most of the stuff that you pick up in the world is just world building elements, so it doesn't necessarily need any introduction. It's just a reference. So if you want to make people happy in here and make them happy with the Inquisition, they ask you for things.
That's the last of the bread. Going to be a long, hungry night.
These people need food.
There are rams out in the hills. Good eating, cooks easy, and no lords around to kill you for poaching. Too dangerous to go hunting now. More likely to find mages than luck.
Good luck.
Luck won't go fat on your ribs.
Okay, so he said that there's rams. He needs ram meat, but instead of saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go get you some ram meat," it literally just, you can either choose to do it or don't, and you're not making any promises.
More cold weather coming. Beg for villagers. Where are their coats?
What do you need to keep these refugees warm?
Blankets, warm clothes, all of it. These poor sods lost everything when the mages and the Templars went crazy. If we were in a village, I could just pinch a blanket off a clothesline and be fine. Out here, I'm sure the apostates have plenty of supplies, just haven't been able to find them.
I will do my best.
Farewell.
And see you.
And we need to go this way. My first time playing through this area, I went everywhere, and apparently there's a couple of areas that you're not supposed to go to until you reach a couple higher levels. Yeah, that did not go well the first time.
You're with the Inquisition. Corporal Vale, thanks for your help. The Mages and Templars don't seem to care who gets caught in their war. The refugees here are in dire need of help. If the war doesn't kill them, cold or starvation will.
What other problems do these refugees face?
We've got some injuries that go beyond stitches and elf fruit. I know healers are in short supply, but if you can find someone in Redcliffe to help us, it would save a lot of lives.
What can you tell me about the man who's supposed to be getting horses for the Inquisition?
Horsemaster Dennet. He lives on a farm to the west. Tough old fella. We haven't heard from him. Best we can tell, he's holed up until the Mages and Templars are done killing each other.
Farewell.
And you as well.
There is a...
Could be better.
Travel to Valriel. Ow. Get off me, man. Yeah, boy. The rift is cool? Yeah. That's how you close a Fade Rift. I gain power. I know what you're talking about. I hadn't seen that logo in a long time.
Even as a ruin. I wonder what dreams it might hold.
I'm doing collections also because there is a lot of quests. Whoops. I will come back to that. I didn't mean to skip that, but that one's okay, and I will explain why later. But what I was saying was there's a lot of quests that require ingredients, so you tend to go on missions to collect them. That's a quest item right there, and I can't pick it up until it calls for it. Hey, we don't talk about Xbox on this channel. Oops. Ow, I took fall damage. Should probably heal myself. Yeah. No Xbox stuff here. How do I... Nope, that's not it. How do I get to that page? There it is. Okay. It's my healing potion right there. And then you can have another potion. And they also have grenades in this game. Quote unquote grenades. That you can use instead. Are you a... Yes, you are. Now we're starting to get into X, triangle, circle, square from the PlayStation controller. Missed there, bud. Oh, look at all the... Ow! How did I just get shot? Dang archers.
It must have been some time since the Renegade Templars faced a mage of any talent.
I saw some lambs, or some rams over here. We need 10 of these bad boys. Wait, what?
It can't properly be called a war any longer. It's a free-for-all. Mages against Templars against everyone.
I can't. The people are starving to death. I need the food. It's soggy now. They'll cook it later, it'll dry out. See another one poking its head out over there. Why are you guys so fast? Blood Lotus. Blood Lotus. If it wasn't part of a quest, I wouldn't. They're level 4 and I'm only level 3, so they're actually stronger than I am. Fortunately, they don't hit back. Hello, random person I don't know. I'm breaking into your house and stealing your stuff. Thank you. The Orlesian Empire. There are many lords and ladies in Valrio, and I mean this literally. Once the system of noble titles in Orlais was labyrinthian. There were barons and what? How do you say that? Barons and baronies? I'm now pronouncing that baronies. Barons, baronies, and baronets, and sir barons, and a horde of others, each with its own origin and its own nuances of comparison. The Aurelians' aristocracy is ancient and much given to competition. All the nobility play the grand game, as it is known, whether they wish to or not. It is a game of reputation and patronage, where moves are made with rumors, and scandal is the chief weapon. No gentle game, this. More blood has been drawn as a result of the grand game than any war the Aurelians have fought. Of this I am assured by almost every gentleman here. As far as titles went, everything changed with the coming of Emperor Draken, who established the Orlesian Empire as it exists now, and who created the Chantry. There is no more venerated figure in Orlais. In Valrio, the statue of Draken stands as tall as the statue of Andraste. Draken determined that the grand game was tearing Orlais apart, so he abolished all titles besides his own, and Lord and Lady. I am told with some twittering amusement that this action did not end the grand game as Dracon had intended. Now the lords and ladies collected unofficial titles rather than official ones, such as the exalted patron of Tassus Clay, or uncle to the champion of Trems. It is a headache to remember such titles, and one winces to think of the poor doormen at the balls who must rattle them off as each guest enters the room. The aristocracy is different from Ferelden in other ways as well. The Aurelians' right to rule stems directly from the Maker. Yes. There exists neither the concept of rule by merit nor the slightest notion of rebellion. If one is not noble, one aspires to be, or at the least aspires to be in the good graces of a noble, and is ever watching for a way to enter the patronage of those better placed in the grand game. And then there are the masks, and the cosmetics. I have not seen so much paint since the kennels at Hyeva, but that is another story. From Beyond the Frostbacks by Ben Tarek of Westhill 920 Dragon. Sorry, that was a mouthful, but that later on we actually get to participate in the grand game, and so now you'll know what it is in a reference to. I'm so glad the game actually has voice actors and they're all speak about these particular places and names and such, because I would not know how to pronounce most of that if I hadn't been said them. The Grand Mistress of Cheese. We are not supposed to be here. We're going to disengage, and we're going to run away because they are actually skulls on their heads, which means they're way higher level than I am. as long as the main character does not die, whatever one you're in control of does not die, the game doesn't go game over. That's very helpful. Ow. I don't appreciate that.
I doubt these were mere bandits. They moved with the efficiency of a trained group.
Okay. Oops, wrong button. Let's see here. We can jump back to... So in order to get your stacks of supplies, your healing potions, you're only carrying around 8 with you. And those can go very quickly, like in that particular fight where our enemy was much stronger than we are. Your companions will drink the crap out of some healing potions. So in order to get them back, you have to come to rest, and it'll replenish your supplies and get you back to full health. I want to show you guys Val Royale, so we're gonna jump over there. We're gonna travel back to Haven for now. And if I'm not strong enough, I'll go back over there and do some stuff. But I wanted to show you guys the city. Niceness! Hi, Niceness! Hi, Bubba! You didn't want to miss out on the stream, Bubba? Aww. Hey, sweetie. Yeah. Aww. Oh, thank you, cutie. I have been graced with the presence of the goddess Kitty. Aww. You enjoying those loves? Yeah. It's so good to see you. Yeah. I'm gonna pet you all up.
If the Inquisition wants to field a decent cavalry, it needs better horses. I heard Seeker Pentacast might try to acquire suitable mounts from Master Tenet in the hinterland.
So I gotta talk to
Back in Ansburg, my uncle was
this guy? This guy?
about as much as it does here.
Expected you'd be by. I'm Harrington, and everyone knows who you are. How's the new gear fit?
Lental. As was...
Sturdy and warm. It's perfect.
Good. World's gone mad. Stock armor and blades are good against bandits, but we're not fighting bandits. My gear will see you through demons, apostates, whatever this world throws at you. So, you need custom work. Something special. You bring the materials to us, we'll make it happen.
If I want something, what can you make?
Start simple. Something to keep you safe. Take a look at it on the table there and we can talk. You'll need materials. We should have what you want just outside.
So you can come over here and craft some armor. Like that.
Looks fine.
And then if you go to modify armor, oh, I don't have legs. Okay.
Another time then.
So you can romance people in this game. But you can, there's a line though. So you can be flirtatious without having to be like the end goal being to be in a relationship, but you can be flirty, if that makes sense. Like, not all of your options have to be romantic. So you can choose some romantic ones just to be flirty. Hoping I'm making that make sense. But that's what that is. I'll either use... Is our girl a flirt? Flurg. You guys want the flurg? So adorable, Ness.
You're kind of a force of nature, aren't you?
When I need to be.
It's impressive.
You flatter me.
I'm trying.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool. And they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot.
Damn straight.
But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them. I only pray the price is not too high.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I? My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too rash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
Can't say I'm not grateful to hear that.
I can be harsh, I know. I'm curious. Do you even believe in the Maker?
This is a special remark that we can make because we are Qunari. Do you guys want to go with that one? Because that would technically be let's be special.
You're asking me?
You're not a follower of the Qun. You could be. I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us. It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
I thought you knew that.
I suppose I could ask Liliana. She has collected a frightening amount of information on you. But I don't want to ask her. I want to hear it from you.
Make something up. Just
No specific place. My mercenary band worked mostly in the free marches, however.
At least until you crossed the waking sea to reach the Conclave, I suppose. Tell me, do you consider the free marches your home? Are you eager to go back?
Wherever I am is home enough for me.
That's how I feel now, after years of tending to business for the Divine.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
uh-oh, we're getting flirty again.
Is there any harm in us becoming a little closer?
Plenty.
Is that right?
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family?
The Pentaghasts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentaghasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from them?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentaghasts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
Your right hand comes off? Thank you, Leon.
But what does a right hand do, exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinia knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
So, what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that? It was, what, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
That's what happens with stories that become legends.
I am not a legend, nor was I then. I was a young woman barely out of training. To hear others tell it, I alone saved Divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart. And there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral, but I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
You're delightful. You know that?
No, I do not know that. I object. There is nothing delightful about me.
I beg to differ.
I think I preferred you in the stocks.
Damn.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortale tarsi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Your uncle was a mortale tarsi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The mortale tarsi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Nevarans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
I'll let you get back to work.
See what I mean by the overwhelming amount of world building and the amazing commitment to the voice actors for this game. They had so many lines. It's crazy.
We've got scattered reports of Tevinter sightings in the hinterlands.
When will you be able to...
Oops.
When they're ready. I didn't realize any of Leliana's Oxman mercenaries were still here. Well, if you want new gear, you pay for it. Oh, you're her. Thrin, Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
Farewell.
Make her go with you. Thanks for checking anyway.
So the logging stand is actually over here.
See reason, listen. We cannot stay here. Why not?
Was it over here? That is over here. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was over here.
I should look around.
You should. Somebody asked for a book. This. I need that. And then there is a logging camp right over here. Wasn't that long ago that I did this and I'm already forgetting stuff. Where is it? There it is. There. Now I can turn that in. Oh! That's interesting. You can get ram meat from any ram, not just ones in the location. That's a neat little attention to detail. Kind of just spawned on me. This actually makes this a lot easier to farm that than where it was at. Cool. They just spawn back in. It's unlimited rams. Alright, that clears that mission. So we can turn that in also. Instead of that, we're going to go ahead and... Not because I can't have to walk.
With passionate breath does the darkness sleep. It is though you had granted
who is the potion maker?
What kind of name is Charlton, anyway? Doesn't sound it.
Not here. There's a potion maker I need to talk to.
might have a life you know nothing about.
I was hoping you'd forgotten about that.
More work we can afford to forget to nothing.
Is that it? That's the blacksmith.
Been a while since I built one of these. Pray to the maker that I never have to build another.
I guess the maker paid you as much attention as he pays everyone else.
Don't talk like that, boy. I lived through the siege of Dinner where the maker's raised.
Yeah, it's right there. Dang it. Okay. I know where I'm going now. Yeah, here it is.
Inquisition troops out of Redcliffe, giving those people.
Segret told me that...
Look who's back from the dead.
Again.
I shouldn't be surprised. You Oxmen are tough as old leather.
My thanks for any part you played in that.
Yeah, well, you can pay me back by fixing the work. Name's Zidane. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
So if I go...
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Hey, I already have those.
You said you thought Master Tajin was working on something special. If it helps, I found his notes.
The old codger was on the edge of a breakthrough here, but he couldn't see it. You want some of these mixed up, you just give the word.
Farewell.
I leveled up. I'm now 4th. I am the same level as a ram.
Let me know if you need anything.
Listen,
I'm sorry, Glue, that scared you.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I love this dude so much.
I don't even want to think about how many lives were lost on that mountaintop.
A lot of good men and women didn't make it out of there. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
The breach needs to be sealed. The sooner the better.
If it can be sealed, you might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky, that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
It's just a coinkydink that my name just happens to be Miracle. Okay, we'll stop messing around here and go to Valroyal. Oh goodness.
Your kind killed the most holy. Lies. Your kind let her die. Shut your mouth, mate!
Enough!
Knight Captain.
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean, exactly?
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its Herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you. Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave?
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
So far, you're the only one who's insisted we can't work together.
We might, if your Inquisition would recognize the Chantry's authority.
There is no authority until another Divine is chosen.
In due time, Andraste will be our guide, not some dazed wanderer on a mountainside.
How widespread is the violence between mages and Templars?
Impossible to say.
Your organization flouting the Chantry's authority will not help matters.
With the Conclave destroyed, I imagine the war between mages and Templars is renewed with interest.
I'll make sure they see reason in Val Royeaux.
Pray you're right.
Oh, make her hear my cry. Sit me by your
Apothecary
side.
Adon will have more poultices
Make me
for the
one
injured as
within
soon
your
as
glory.
possible, revered mother.
Let the world
Thank you,
once more
child.
see your favor.
You are doing the Maker's work.
Have you been able...
Greetings, Herald of Andraste. How fares your quest to seal the breach?
I'm doing everything within my power.
A task, such as closing the breach, is a heavy burden. I hope you do not carry it alone. We remember Andraste, but Andraste did not carry the Chant of Light alone. She had generals, advisors, even her husband for a time. Do everything within your power, but remember those who would help you.
I appreciate your insight, Mother Giselle.
Take it for whatever it is worth. You walk a difficult path, and there is little enough I can do to aid you. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador. If you can't prove it was founded on Justinia's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked her life to slow the magic of the breach. Mistress Adar, this is Marquis Durelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House Durelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denerim, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to Divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
Demons are pouring from the sky, and you're worried about land claims.
Haven is the Durelion's rightful property.
Has Empress Selene officially acknowledged your possession of Haven? I was unaware Her Imperial Majesty had conferred with Ferelden's monarchs on this matter.
The Empress has not yet had the opportunity to do so.
We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
Do the Durelions actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesian. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
I'm so pleased the Marquis isn't tossing us out into the cold.
His Grace is only the first of many dignitaries we must contend with.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after
I
they
like
depart.
sticky note face, that was great.
An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
May I ask, what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Leliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Montelier.
Thank you. Let us hope so. Thedas's politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. It's odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero. It must be easier because you're not human. They already see you as different from those of us who lived in circles. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it. We can use that.
So this is the war table. So
Have you kept in touch with our friends in Lady Esterly's estate?
Several bards will play for her tomorrow night. We will have names soon enough.
Inquisition scouting report. The Black Emporium. A ship has been secured. Be wary of what you find in the Black Emporium, Inquisitor. I have heard many frightful tales. Cullen. That's for later. Ruffles. I need a favor. Actually, let's call it a loan, since I'll pay it back. I got a letter from my editor in Kirkwall today. She tells me that Hard in Hightown 3, the repuncheoning, appeared in print from an Antivan printer a couple weeks ago. I'll give you a moment to contemplate the horror that is that title. I had my contacts in the Merchants Guild look for the author a couple years back. The best they could find out, after spending a couple hundred gold, was that Pearl Belenforth is a pen name. I could have told them that for free. You've got contacts with the Antivan print houses. Maybe you can find out more than the guild. Varric.
Let's see what we have.
Okay, so you can do these little missions, and you can send people out to do that. Let's see. This one's called Gather Coin. We can send Josephine. It takes her less time to do it.
Let us begin.
The art on the card, yeah, really nice. Perfect. To whom it concerns, the Tyranneer of Highever wishes to convey our deepest sympathies on the death of Divine Justinia V. The Most Holy was incomparable in her wisdom and dedication to peace, and we had high hopes that her conclave would succeed. We will hold a vigil in Highever in remembrance of Justinia, and cordially invite the Inquisition to attend. Sincerely, Tyrion Fergus Cosland. Cullen says we have a number of Ferelden officers who we could send an honor guard to Highever.
To work?
We'll do that. And then we go to Orlais. And this is... Oh, I don't have enough power yet to go to Valrio. I only have one, I need 4. So we're going to go back to... I need that one too. Scout the Storm Coast. Yeah, so we're gonna have to go running around in this area to do the quests in order to get enough power to go to Valrio. So what do you guys think of the world of Dragon Age? Are you still finding it entertaining? Is it... It is Yas. Okay, we're gonna fast travel to this point.
Hopefully the Inquisition can find some way to help these people.
I'm gonna go give this guy over here his... You're the one that asked for the ram meat.
Templars, bandits, demons, making it hard for a man to hunt for his supper.
Here, maybe this will help.
More than helps. With this, I can fill these hungry bellies, give these folks some hope. I didn't think much of the Inquisition, but no one else is helping like you lot. Maybe I was wrong.
See? It helps to be nice. I forgot to talk to Solus when I was back at camp. I walked right past him.
What did I tell you?
Please, somebody, my wife needs help.
What's wrong with your wife?
She gets sick when the weather's foul. Can't catch her breath like cobwebs in her lungs. Our son Hindle makes a potion that lets her breathe. He's the only one who can make it, but he's joined that cult in the hills. Please, get to him and tell him what's wrong. Without that potion, she'll die.
But there's no time limit on that mission, so I could take literally forever, and as long as I finish it, she's fine. Okay, there's a rift up here. We can close that. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Yeah. Just so nonchalant about the whole thing, too. That's a rift. I was blocking that. It won't let me up. There we go. They do look like xenomorphs. It's right above my head in there. Xenomorph. They do look like xenomorphs. Oh, you gotta go all the way around. Okay. See, that was that. There's something here. A letter in an abandoned home. The stone calls to me in my dreams as I shape it with chisel and hammer. It shapes me in return. My flesh twists, claws and fangs ripping forth. The light in the sky makes the stone so much louder. The cave in the hills has got good strong stone. I can shape it into something strong enough to keep me safe, if I hurry. Jinden, if you're having the dreams, go talk to the Templars. The war doesn't matter. Their job is to help when things are too frightening to deal with alone. And the only reason Templars didn't find you as a child is because your parents hid you away. If carving helps you, here's a map to an old cave I stumbled on a few years back. I think it has the stone you like. I had it highlighted to find it, so it was giving off a location beacon. Yeah.
A Templar, I believe.
Hello. Oh. They're not friendly. They're not friendly. A letter found on a dead Templar Quran. In light of the current hostilities, I believe our arrangement is no longer satisfactory. You are unable to reach me with payment, and I have no means of delivering the merchandise to you. I hope that when this unfortunate situation is resolved, we may once again do business. Tanner.
Here, let me try.
Oh. my rogue has to do rogue things and open the door. Bloop. And that is what I call breaking and entering. Oh yeah, it's on the table. Yeah. No messy with the Tanner. I don't want to mess with that guy. He just got a shield and he knows how to use... Oh wait, there's something over here. I want to see what the thing is. Let's go see what the thing is. Well, that's all the way down there. If I jump down there, I gotta go all the way back around to get back up here. So, as a mage, you get a skill called Barrier, which is this little thing right here. I can give it to everybody. And basically what it does is it's a temporary shield that only lasts for a certain amount of time. But as it's up, it kind of doubles as extra health. So they have to take down your barrier before they can get to your health. One extra little bonus side effect that this has is that whenever you use it, you can do stuff like this. And it takes the place of your health, so I negated my fall damage. Red. Stronghold of the apostate mages. They did not want us to dream because they knew we would dream of the truth, of power, of the weakness in the world that will let us break it and forge it anew. We are the chosen ones. We who have the power to enact change in the world and the will to see it through. We have conquered the circles. We will conquer the Templars. Come with us to the Witchwood. None who have the power of the Fade at their hands will be turned away. An unsigned letter, the edge of the page partially burned. Yeah, nope. That's probably the only thing that I can say is kind of lackluster in this particular game. Is it doesn't have a... At least as far as the mage character goes, it doesn't have a whole lot of differences. And what I mean by that is, so this is your skill tree. I have 4 paths that I can have. One of them is Spirit, Storm, Inferno, and Winter. And realistically, you can only really put down like 8 skills at a time. And because you never have like a super unlimited amount of magic, most of the time when you cast a skill, it'll, even though you have 8 different choices to choose from, most of the time you only get to cast like 1 or 2 before you have to wait for your mana to fill back up to be able to cast anything else. it's not really until you start getting way down here into the latter end stages of it where you start getting into stuff that's like really, really good. This stuff's okay. This is like the best stuff though. So the circle, you see these are diamonds. These are circles, and the circles are passive. So you get to, as if you unlock them, it just has an effect. Like, those are really, really helpful. But that comes later. There's so much into the perk thingies that it all comes later. What kind of mage do we want? Do we want... That was all the beginning magic. Like, I'm kind of curious, like, how do we want to proceed? Are we gonna do... Basically, what class would you guys like me to spec into? Winter class, and fire class, lightning. Spirit has to do with... eventually, you can have everything. But right now, like... Because I'm not that far into it yet, and I don't have access to the skill points, your spirit class is kind of your healing class. You have a guardian spirit. You have elegant defense. Basically, when you cast barrier, whenever it runs out, when you cast barrier and it runs out, if you cast it on multiple people, you get a 4-second cooldown reduction to barrier again. So if you cast it on all 4 of your NPCs and yourself, you get a 16-second cooldown reduction, which pretty much makes it instantaneously usable again. So you kind of have a constant barrier as long as you have the mana to cast it. And then Guardian Spirit has the barrier last twice as long. And then you can even get stuff like this later on called Revival that allows you to automatically heal fallen allies and basically resurrect them instead of having to stand over them and hold the button down. So that's your spirit. There's a cool little I only know this because of how far I've gotten in my version. Static Cage is kind of awesome. This is going to be way later, but this one's cool because it creates a circle on the floor, and if an enemy is inside that circle, if it tries to leave the circle, the static cage will pull them back towards the center, and a lot of times it'll cause paralysis. And what you can use that injunction with, is in the Inferno class you have this guy, the Fire Mine. It is a very, very strong it's a very, very strong explosive magic. but it takes a minute, it takes 3 seconds for it to activate. So what you do is you set the static cage and then set your fire mine, and then when something tries to leave the circle, it'll get pulled back toward the center from the static cage, and it'll be pulled right back onto your fire mine, which is now activated, and then it blows up, and it does a crap ton of damage. It's a great combination. Yeah, it is amazing. And that particular spell is really strong. So the combination between the two, especially if you have a group of enemies, it will pull all of them back to center because it's an area of effect. So if you catch like 3 or 4 enemies in that thing, it'll pull them all back to the center and it explodes on all of it. It's fantastic. So I see Glue said Storm or Inferno, and that's funny that you picked the two that actually work in tandem together. I have 2 points to spend. Well, eventually I'm going to have all of these. So it's just trying to find something that will work with the character for now to be able to do. See, I'm thinking Immolate. So Immolate unleashes a massive explosion. It's a 3-meter range, so I can hit multiple enemies. It has a fire damage of 300% my weapon damage. So 3 times whatever my weapon is. And then they're on fire for 8 seconds. Plus I can up it another 100% damage with this. And it also reduces the cooldown for 4 seconds, so it makes it a 12-second cooldown. I think we can kill some enemies with this guy right here. Yeah, that tends to be pretty typical. You want to do as much damage as you can.
I'm in the ass end of nowhere now.
You want to do as much damage as possible to start off with. My playthrough, I did Spirit, and it made it to where the further along in the game that I got, I was basically just standing there casting barrier over and over again. I wasn't actually doing anything to help. So I'm curious to see if having more of an attack-oriented one will allow me to participate in the battle a little bit more. Because I couldn't with just a spirit build. Let's see, what's this? Apostates in Witchwood. Let's go say hello. Let's go say hello to the mages. Let's see. You can tell there's some fighting between the Templars and the mages here, since there's literally ice attacks still there. Oh yeah. Whoa. Which, it's having the spirit abilities does actually come in handy. There were several fights that I probably shouldn't have even been able to complete if it wasn't for the fact that I was just being shielded the entire time.
I believe we are nearing the apostates. Be on your guard.
But if you actually want to do something in the fight, like, you know, damage, having that as the starter build wasn't that helpful. So it's literally me casting barrier on my companions, and my companions just sitting there tanking the stronger enemies that we were fighting. But where this game is really cool that you don't get to do in, I don't think, any other game, is I had my character set up for a very defensive playstyle, and all I could do was basically keep like casting barrier and recasting barrier the entire time. So all I had to do was I just got to switch to my fighter character, and I was using that to participate in the battle, and then my character's AI took over. It was just casting barrier over and over again on us. So I created a perfect build for the AI to use, so it could play defensively while I was playing the offensive character. It was pretty cool. You don't get to see that in a lot of games. I was literally trying to get off of that. I got you. There, you're in barrier now. you're on fire. And this guy's got a crap ton of health. This guy is strong. Oh, he's immune to fire damage. That's probably why I'm not doing that much damage. Yay! We did it.
The King's Road should be safer, at least for the time being.
We still have those Templars to worry about, though.
I'm pretty sure we got enough power to travel to Val Royale now, but it's also getting late. Onyx. I found a Pokemon, guys. That was a joke. Pokemon joke. Haha. Okay. Red Cliff. I caught several of them. It happened so fast. We'll go here. Okay.
You all right, sir?
Fantastic. All right, you guys. Testoron.
Welcome back.
Yo. Somebody's friendly. Under protection of the Inquisition.
What do you need?
None. So, I kind of figured that this particular type of game would be a little bit ambitious to play over a stream type of situation, because like it can get this is the type of setting where you would just see. Do I have? Maybe not. Basically, you would just have this, and then you would be hearing some lo-fi music.
What do you need?
Just stealing people's stuff. As Gazelle? I know. I keep thinking it even though I know that's not what it says. Yeah, but like I was saying, like, I know this particular type of game is a little ambitious because, like, it can get really dry. Because the combat isn't, like, super intense. It's just me casting the same spells over and over again. And that's not... I know that can get kind of dry. But I really like the story. And if I have to, I can change the setting, the difficulty setting, to... I don't know if I can change it from here. Yeah, like, I can take it down to casual so you guys can enjoy the story without having to be, like, so... watching me cast the same spells over and over again. Yeah. I thought this said I'm pissed to hear it. It said I'm pleased. I did not see that correctly. My turn. I want to be in the door. I can't get in the door. Ha, I am on your plant. How about that? Are you sure? It's just what I heard. But thank you guys so much.
Shouldn't we travel to Val Royeaux now, Seeker? The breach isn't going to close itself. Indeed. The sooner we obtain help for the breach, the better.
Yeah, they sneaky like that. Because he's also a rogue, so... he just sneaky, man. But thank you guys for joining in, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this run-through of Dragon Age Inquisition. I hope that it's entertaining for you guys. We can totally do Cyberpunk or any other game of your choice. What's opinion on Australia? What's opinion on Australia? You want to? It's a place I'd like to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. Ness. You gonna say bye to everybody, Ness? Oh, Ness. You're such a cutie too. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have such a wonderful night and a wonderful day tomorrow and a wonderful rest of the week. Kanga 2. What's a Kanga 2? Love you guys. Alrighty, mate. You guys have yourselves a great night. Alright. See you guys next time.